Next is the nomenclature of alcohols. So how we can give the names to the alcohols. So in the nomenclature we study how we will give the names to the alcohols. So there are three systems to give the name to the alcohols. That is, first one is the common name system, or it is also called the trivial names. Second one is the carbinol system, and third one is the IUPAC names. So there are three types of system. So one by one we are taking the three types of systems. Now according to the common name system, how we can give the names to the alcohols. So according to this common name system, these are named according to the, by writing the alcohol, and before that we are writing the name of the alkyl group, then we are obtaining the name of that alcohol. It means before writing the alcohol we are writing the name of the alkyl groups, and in higher alkenes or in higher alkyl groups there will be a prefixes such as secondary, tertiary or iso or an, such type of prefixes we are writing, and then after giving the prefixes we are writing the name of the alkyl group, and then we are writing the alcohol. So that is the common name system. Second is the carbinol system. In the carbinol system, the alcohols are considered as the derivative of methanol. It means these are obtained from the methanol. According to the carbinol system, the alcohols are considered as the derivatives of the methanol. It means all these alcohols are obtained from the methanol, and therefore the names which are given in the carbinol system are the carbon which is attached to the hydroxyl group, it is called a carbinol, and before that we are writing the names of the alkyl groups. For example, CH3 CH2OH. In that case, it is the derivative of methanol. What is the formula of methanol? CH3OH. If we are replacing one of the hydrogen from the CH3 by the methyl group, then we are getting this compound CH3 CH2OH. Now when we want to give the name according to the carbinol system, so first it is considered as the carbinol CH2OH group, and before that you have to write, before the carbinol you have to write the name of the alkyl group, and this is according to the alphabetical order. It means if more than one groups are attached to this carbon, then you have to follow the alphabetical order. In that case there is only one group, that is the methyl group, and therefore the name of this compound becomes the methyl carbinol. If it contains more than one group, for example I am considering CH3CHOH C2H5. Now to this carbon atom to which hydroxyl group is attached, so it is the compound which is obtained from the methanol by replacing two hydrogen atoms, one by methyl group and another by ethyl group. How we can write the name of this compound? So according to the carbinol system it will becomes ethyl methyl carbinol. Understand? Ethyl methyl carbinol. So that is the carbinol system. Next system, that is the IUPAC names or IUPAC system. According to the IUPAC names, you have to, these alcohols are considered as the alkanols. These are considered as the alkanols, and it means, and how this name is obtained, when we are replacing the E from alkane or alkyne by the OL, then we can obtain the alkanol. So all these alcohols are called, in the IUPAC system, all these alcohols are called the alkanols, which are obtained by replacing E from alkane, alkene or alkyne by the OL. Now you have to follow all the IUPAC rules that you are already studied. So you have to select the longest continuous carbon chain, you have to give the numbering from that side in which the hydroxyl group attached carbon atom is having the lowest possible number, then you have to give the numbers. From that you can write the name of the parent alkane. If there will be a substituent, then you have to write the name of the substituent with its locant, that is its position or its number, and then you have to write the name of the parent alkane, and when we are writing the name of the parent alkane, from that you have to replace the E by the OL. So in this way we can give the IUPAC names. Now when there will be a cyclic alcohols, in that case we can give the names in the same way. So when we are considering the cyclic alcohols, so that is the example. So it is the 4-membered ring, and to this 4-membered ring OH group is attached. So all these are the CH2 group. So it contains the 4 carbon atoms. It means it is the derivative of butane, and therefore the name of that compound is the cyclobutanol. Butane, from butane you have to replace the E according to the IUPAC nomenclature, and you have to write the OL. And before that it is the cyclic compound, you have to write the prefix cyclo. So what is the name becomes cyclobutanol. In this example it is a 5-membered ring, and to this 5-membered ring one carbon atom is attached to the hydroxyl group and another is to the C2H5 group. The name IUPAC name of this compound becomes, so it contains the 5 carbon atom, therefore the parent alkane is the pentane, and there is one substituent at another carbon atom. You have to give the numbering from the carbon which is attached to the hydroxyl group. So this is the carbon number 1, this is the carbon number 2. So it will becomes the 2-ethyl cyclopentanol. 2-ethyl cyclopentanol. So in this way we can give the name to the cyclic alcohols. You have to write the prefix before writing the name of the parent alkane. So one by one we will take the examples of these alcohols. So we are drawing this table. In that case, in the first column we are writing structural formula of the alcohol, then common name system, and then IUPAC name system. First we consider the common name system. So CH3OH, according to the common name system, these are, we have to write first the name of the alkyl group and followed by the alcohol. So alkyl group is methyl, and we have to write the alcohol. So it will become the methyl alcohol. In that case it will become the, there are 2 carbon atoms, that is CH3 CH2 group, so it is the ethyl group, and therefore it will become the ethyl alcohol. Now there are 3 carbon atoms, so it will be a propyl group, and in that case the hydroxyl group is attached to the terminal carbon atom, and therefore if we are writing N, so it will become the N-propyl alcohol. Now when we consider this CH3 CH2 CH3OH, what is the common name? So hydroxyl group is attached to the secondary carbon atom, and therefore what is the common name? Secondary butyl alcohol, because it contains the 4 carbon atoms, 1 2 3 4, and therefore alkyl group is the butyl. But hydroxyl group now here is not attached to the terminal carbon atom, but it is attached to the secondary carbon atom, and therefore the common name of this becomes secondary butyl alcohol. Next example, CH3 CH3 CH2OH. In that case the substituent is attached to the second carbon, and therefore it will become the isobutyl group, and to this isobutyl group there will be attachment of hydroxyl group, and therefore it will become the isobutyl alcohol. Common name is isobutyl alcohol. Now it is the hydroxyl group is attached to the tertiary carbon atom, and therefore it will become the tertiary butyl alcohols. 4 carbon atoms, so the alkyl group is butyl. Then CH2OH CH2OH. It is not a monohydric alcohol, but it is the dihydric alcohol. And when we are giving the common names, so the common name of this dihydric alcohol is the ethylene glycol. What is the name? It is the ethylene glycol. Then CH2OH CHOH CH2OH. So it contains the 3 hydroxyl group. So it is the trihydric alcohol. It is the common name of this compound is the propylene. 3 carbon atoms. So it will propylene glycerol. Propylene glycerol. Now in this case CH3C CH double bond CH CH2OH. In that case it is called a crotonyl alcohol. So it is the allylic alcohol, because the hydroxyl group attached to that carbon atom which is attached to the double bonded carbon atom. What is the common name? Crotonyl alcohol. Now next we have to consider the IUPAC names. So first compound CH2OH. So it is called the IUPAC name of alcohols is the alkanol. So it contains 1 carbon atom, so it will become the methanol. It contains 2, so it will become the ethanol. it contains CH3, CH2, CH2OH. So in that case the hydroxyl group is attached to the this carbon atom. Now you have to follow all the rules of IUPAC. So you have to select the longest continuous carbon chain. This is the longest continuous carbon chain. Then give the numbering in such a way that the hydroxyl group attached carbon atom having a lowest possible number. So we have to give the numbering from the right hand side. This is carbon number 1, 2 and that of the 3. And then you have to write the name of the parent alkene. Parent alkene is the propane, and from that propane you have to replace the E by the OL. But before OL you have to write its position. OL group is attached to which type of carbon atom, and therefore the name becomes the propan-1-ol, because it contains the 3 carbon atoms and therefore the parent alkene is propane. You have to replace the E from the propane by the OL, but before OL you have to mention the position of the OH group, that is the number of carbon atom to which the OH group is attached, and therefore it will become the propan-1-ol. In this example, so in that case the you have to first select the longest continuous carbon chain. So this will be longest continuous carbon chain. Now you have to give the numbering in such a way that the hydroxyl group attached carbon atom having the lowest possible number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 carbon atom, it means the parent alkene is the butane. You have to replace the E by OL, so it will become the butanol, but the hydroxyl group is attached to the second carbon atom, and therefore it will becomes the butan-2-ol. Then CH3CH, CH3, CH2OH. In that case, select the longest continuous carbon chain. This is the longest continuous carbon chain. You have to give the numbering from the carbon atom having hydroxyl group is lowest possible number, so you have to give the numbering 1, 2 and that of the 3. Now at carbon number 1 there will be a hydroxyl group, at carbon number 2 there will be methyl group. Longest continuous carbon chain contains the 3 carbon atoms, so parent alkene is the propane. So you have to replace the E from propane and you have to write the OL, so it will become the propanol. But the OH group is attached to the carbon number 1 and therefore it is becomes the propan-1-ol, or you can simply say that propanol. But at second carbon atom there will be one substituent, that is the methyl group. So you have to write in the prefix methyl group or alkyl group with its position. Now this methyl group is attached to the second carbon atom and therefore we are writing 2-methyl propanol. Understand? 2-methyl propanol. In that case we have to select the longest continuous carbon chain. I am selecting this is the longest continuous carbon chain which contains maximum number of carbon atoms. So the parent alkene is the propane, so it will become the propanol. Now you have to give the numbering 1, 2, 3. From any side the number to this carbon atom becomes same, which is attached to the hydroxyl group, and therefore from this side or from that side both sides are having the same number to this carbon atom, and therefore what is the name becomes, so parent alkene is the propane. You have to replace E by OL, so it will become propanol. But at second carbon atom there will be a hydroxyl group, so it will becomes the propan-2-ol. But there will be a one substituent, that is the methyl group, which is attached to the second carbon atom, so it will becomes, you have to write this substituent in the prefix and therefore with its position, and therefore it becomes the 2-methyl propan-2-ol. Next, dihydric alcohol. So when we are writing the IUPAC name of the dihydric alcohol, now you have to remember here, in that case in polyhydric alcohols, that is di, tri or tetra, there is no need to replace the E from the parent alkene. So E in the parent alkene retained, and then you have to write the prefixes such as di, tri before writing the OL. So it means if you are considering the dihydric alcohols, it will become the diol. If we are considering the trihydric alcohols, it becomes the triol. So in this way you have to write the prefix before the OL and also their positions. So and then we can give the IUPAC name. For example, in this example CH2OH, CH2OH. So in that case it contains the 2 carbon atoms, so the parent alkene is ethane. It remains as it is. You are not to replace the E when the polyhydric alcohols, and therefore it will remains the E. Then you have to write its position of the two OH groups. So 1 2, so 1 2 1 2 dash, then it contains the 2 hydroxyl group, and before OL you have to write the prefix di, so it will becomes diol. So the name becomes the ethane 1,2 diol. Now CH2OH, CHOH, CH2OH. Now in that case you have to give the numbering 1 2 3. Parent alkene is the propane, understand? So it will becomes propane 1 2 3. It will becomes the propane 1 2 3. Then there are 3 hydroxyl groups, so it will become the triol 1 2 3 triol. Now in that case this is the allylic alcohol, so you have to give the numbering from the that side to which the hydroxyl group is attached. So 1 2 3 and 4 carbon atoms. It means it is the butene, because there will be a presence of double bond. Now in that case you have to replace E by OL, so it is become butene all, but you have to write the position of the double bond. So double bond is present at second carbon atom, so it will becomes a but2ene. In represents the double bond, and then hydroxyl group is attached to the carbon number 1, so it will becomes 1 all. So the name becomes a but2e in 1 all. So that is the nomenclature of the alcohols.